and welcome to my channel. My name is Lolix. In today's lesson, we'll take a look at the past perfect tense. The past perfect is a verb form that we use to talk about an action that is complete before another action or event in the past. It isn't one of the common verb tenses in English, but it can be very important for narrating events in the past. Perfect verb forms are generally used to show that an action or situation is complete before another action or a point in time. In the past perfect, that one action happened before another action in the past. For this reason, we sometimes say the past perfect is the past of the past. Here's an example. Carla had already eaten when we arrived at her house. There are two actions here, eating and arriving. Eat is in the past perfect and arrive is in the simple past. So we know that the eating was completed first. When you have two verbs in a sentence, one in the simple past and one in the past perfect, the past perfect action finished before the simple past action. Here is the structure for the past perfect tense. First, we have the subject, followed by had, and lastly, we have the third form of the verb, which is the past participle form. Let's look at how we often use the past perfect in a sentence with other past tense verbs. I had just left my house when it started to rain. Notice that we have two clauses and two verbs. Started is in the simple past. It started and finished in the past. Left is in the past perfect because we have had left, which means that the action, which is leaving, was complete before the other action, which is starting to rain. Sometimes there are two verbs in the same sentence, like in the example given, but not always. Look at this conversation. Hey, I called you last night, but you didn't answer. Oh, I went to bed pretty early last night. What time did you call? I think it was around 9. Yeah, I had already fallen asleep. In this example, the verb in the past perfect is had fallen asleep. We know that the past perfect means this action was complete before another action or point of time in the past. In this case, we have both an action, he called, and a time, around 9. The past perfect can be used for two main reasons. The first one is when an action is completed before another action. For example, I had eaten before she arrived. The second use for the past perfect tense is to demonstrate the duration of a completed action. For example, I had waited for 2 hours before he arrived. Forming the past perfect is easy. As shown in the given table, we use had, which is the past form of the helping verb have, and the perfect form of the main verb. So in the case of the verb to work, in the first person singular, we have I had worked. First person plural, we have we had worked. Second person singular is you had worked. And second person plural is you had worked. Third person singular is he had worked, she had worked, it had worked. Third person plural is they had worked. To make a question, put had before the subject. Had they dated long before they got married? Had you expected the promotion? Why had she bought so many extra tickets? How long had you lived in San Francisco by then? The helping verb in the past perfect is always had. To make a negative, put not after the helping verb had. I had not studied French before I went to Morocco. They had not seen each other for years. I hadn't eaten all night, so I was starving. That is the end of today's lesson. If you have any questions or doubts, please leave a comment. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more similar content on English grammar, as well as IELTS and OET help. Thank you.